a playoff game together. And she was at ESPN for 6 years doing college games, and now is more in the hosting role. She's got a young 1-year-old with her husband, and so she's kind of getting into the different phase of her life and trying to figure out what her career looks like as a 20, I guess she's 28 now, and with a baby and a husband that has got a busy schedule. And so she's trying to weigh all these things, but very proud of her. And I told Ann when she went off, our daughter Olivia went to the University of Georgia, and she was doing stuff in high school at Shawnee Mission. She was doing stuff for them. She was doing stuff outside. She was interning at Channel 4 for a bit. She's done a lot of things as she was leading up to her college career. But I told Ann, I said, we'll know exactly how serious she is by, will she spend that Friday night at home editing tape and getting her story ready for the next day, or will she want to go out and not put the time in? Because if you don't put the time in, it's too tough a business to just kind of waltz through it. You've got to charge through it. And I told her that, and sure enough, she would work long hours, miss a lot of things like I did in college. Had no regrets, but enjoyed her college experience, but went to a great school. And in fact, as a freshman, they put her on their university pregame show for football games. She was the host, and she did that for 4 years there, and it was a big deal. And she got to do that, and she just built her career for that. As she was in her senior year, it was August. She had just gotten to school, and she called me one day and she says, "Hey, Dad, Fox Sports South in Atlanta wants me to come in and interview for a job." I said, "Well, great. That'd be great. Maybe you can, help in the studio a little bit and get scores and write some copy and do some things." And so she goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna drive in and next whatever it was, couple days." I said, "Well, terrific." And so she drives in. And I keep waiting to hear from her and stuff. I knew her thing was at 10 in the morning. And so at about 4 in the afternoon, she calls. I'm driving home. And she goes, "Well, how'd it go?" She goes, "Great. I think they're going to hire me." And I said, "Well, that's great." And go, "And what are you going to help produce on the sideline and maybe do some stuff in the truck and or do some stuff in their studio?" He goes, "No, I'm going to be on the sideline." "Oh, that's great. So you can help that sideline reporter with stories and get in her." "No, I am the sideline reporter for the SEC, for the Southeastern Conference games." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." So at the time when she was in college, it was CBS had the first game on Saturday, the first pick of all the SEC games, and then ESPN got the next 4, and she got to do one of those 4 games, and then did some SEC network stuff, and that's how she got in there at ESPN. But at Fox Sports, they got the 5th or 6th game. And that's what she began doing while she was in college. And I said, "Olivia, they know you're still a student in college, right?" He goes, yeah, they know it. They're going to work around my class schedule." I go, "Their class? What?" So she would
Wow.
She would end her school at 12 o'clock on Thursday. She would drive to the Atlanta airport Thursday afternoon, fly into whatever Southeastern Conference town she was supposed to fly into, would be there Friday morning for all the interviews, the players and the coaches and stuff. And then she would, she'd do the game and fly home Saturday and study Sunday and be at school Monday morning again.
Wow.
And then that led to her doing the sideline for the Atlanta Hawks. Once they saw what she could do for football, they brought her in to do Atlanta Hawks sideline stuff. So it was amazing that she got that kind of experience, and that led her to ESPN, where she was, like I said before, for 6 years, and had this wonderful career. And now she's doing things for MGM, and she's doing some stuff for the BBC and Sky Sports in England, where she's with her husband a good part of the year, and doing podcasts and enjoying the business, and still does stuff for Westwood One on the sideline during for the Southeastern Conference Championship football game, and for some Westwood One CBS radio playoff games in the NFL.
Well, that's a full circle type of thing, and you're still, by industry standards, Kevin, you're still a young man, obviously, and you still have a very busy schedule. Have you ever, but you do have the time again, just as when you met your wife, to spend your summers away from the hustle and bustle. I imagine you're probably not even thinking about the finish line yet.
A little bit I am. I just turned 63, and which I can't believe that, because if I didn't look in the mirror, I feel like I'm 23. But I look in the mirror and go, oh my God. So I'm 63, and I've got a very active family with these grandchildren, and I'm sure more. By God's grace, we'll get some more if that is the direction He wants us to go, and we'll have we got kids come up and visit us all the time. We really kind of jockey between Kansas City and Wisconsin in the summer, in the fall, and into the holiday season. So we're back and forth quite a bit. But I think I know I'm not adding anything, and I'm probably going to begin to start kind of peeling some things away as I get to my mid-60s. But right now I'm enjoying it. Physically, I can do it. My wife is comfortable with it still, but there's someday she's going to say, I think you need to give up this or do that or cut back in this or cut back in that. And I will. I'll listen to her. But anyway, I do love the job. It's a lot of fun, but I can see decreasing the number of events as opposed to increasing. I think that the days of increasing my schedule are gone.
Well, that sounds like something that's wise beyond your years. But you've been busy all through this time. As you sit now, it's been so busy, and you probably don't have much time to reflect. But in reflecting right now, you must be proud of really probably achieving every goal you could ever have imagined when you were a young man.
Well, when I was young, I wanted to be a radio network sports play-by-play guy. And I'm doing that with certainly with Westwood One, and doing the NFL games on Monday, and then all the playoff games in the Super Bowl. So I feel like I'm living out my dream. I never thought the TV would ever happen. I didn't think, I guess, that big. I dreamt of being the voice of a team, and I was for the Chiefs for 9 years. And I listened to Kaywood Ledford do Kentucky, and John Ward do Tennessee, and all these great college announcers, and thought that's where I'll be. Someday maybe I'll take Tom Hedrick's place at Kansas and do the Jayhawks in football and basketball, and live on Albemarle and live in Lawrence and be a part of that community and university. I thought, that might be something maybe down the road, but just thought, I kind of just, whatever came my way, just do the best you can, and things will kind of fall where they did. But TV, I didn't expect TV. That just kind of happened. So TV has been like this completely different chapter that I never really, thought about, but has happened, and feel so incredibly lucky to do it, and it's provided a very nice life for our family. But I have done about everything I want to do. There really is nothing that I've got on my list. I'm living that dream every game I do. The NFL is about as good a play-by-play job as you can have, and I'm doing 2 games a weekend, which few people are doing. The network TV on Sunday, and then the national game on Monday. I get to work with the best people, Trent Green and Kurt Warner, and work with Len Dawson, and so I get to Reggie Miller on the TNT broadcast. So Bill Raftery at CBS, and all these wonderful people that I've had a chance to be around in my career. So I really don't have any wants. I guess my biggest want, Danny, is that I want it to end. When it does end, I want it to end well, and I want to make sure that I stay current and challenge myself to get better. As John Madden once said, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So I guess I just kind of felt like I really want to finish strong. My dad always stressed finishing, whether it was a school year or a sports season or whatever, finish strong. And that kind of is my goal right now, to continue to get better, as good as I can possibly get, challenge myself, try to get better, stay current, and have that challenge. But I've done everything that I've dreamt of. I've met the girl of my dreams. I've had a family that I love, and grandchildren, which is the reward God gives you for being a parent. So being a grandparent is the most remarkable thing personally. But I feel like I've had a chance to do and been blessed in so many ways that how could I want anything more but just to appreciate what I've got, share perhaps some of the things that I picked up over the years with younger people, pass it on, pass the torch, pass information, things that I've learned over the years on to others, help my kids get their start in their lives with their young families, and try to be the best husband I can be. Those are kind of the things I wake up with every morning, trying to accomplish.
We hope you enjoyed the latest Danny Klingscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Come back soon for something fresh and new. This podcast was made possible by our great sponsors like Easton Roofing, where integrity matters. Joe Spiker and his team are the best in the business for all your roofing needs, handled with honesty and craftsmanship. Visit them at eastonroofing.com.